crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
The scenario we're going to be playing today is the 2015 Close Quarters. It has kill box in effect. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 point for dominating the close flag, 1 point for controlling the far flag, and then 2 points if you can dominate the far flag. Hey there guys, this is me, Malorian, and it is time for another War Machine Battle Report. And you know what? I've been playing Mercs a whole bunch, but I just got this little itch that said, come back to Signar, come back to the homeland, let's play some Caine2. So that's what I did here. I made up a list that is really all just pew pew pew. I believe this is my first time actually using Ace as well. And yeah, can't wait to see how this list does. Should be pretty good. Like it's honestly scary, you know, with all these different guns, and the gun mages have gunfighter. It's a lot of threat. Now my opponent here is going to be running Zaal2 and using the Zaal2 tier. So in this one here, he's going to be having the 3 units of Immortals and all this crazy other stuff, and should be pretty interesting because in the last Steamroller, he went 4-0 and won the Steamroller with this list, using it every single time. So clearly, it's working out for him. So overall, this is what it looks like after deployment. Now, when we were talking about before, he was just kind of commenting like, Brian, this is a pretty bad matchup for you, you know. And I was thinking, I was like, it's not that bad. I mean, I know Zaal2 is going to be almost impossible to assassinate. He has a lot of guys here where, I mean, his regular troopers are armor 17. That's pretty intense. And then on the feet, it gets even higher. But I got a lot of pretty powerful guns here. I got a lot of brutal damage. I have Ayana to put harm basically out there, the +2 damage spell. And so with that, I feel I can really kill off the Immortals pretty quickly. Once I have them away, I can really kind of control the battlefield. And probably in this case here, because Zaal is so hard to kill, unless I kill off the beast first, probably going for a scenario victory. So, I don't know. I think I got a good shot here, but we'll see what happens. So one of the big things that happens is that he gets to go first. And so his guys get to run up here. I would love to have been a little bit further up, but what can you do? Otherwise, he gets a spell up where he can actually be passing off. What was it called? Transference, I think it is. I can't remember. It's the one where basically his troopers can be boosting with the Fury from Zaal2. It's something that Constance has, but doesn't really ever come up too much because doesn't really have a lot of focus throwing around here. But Zaal, he can actually get a lot of Fury to be passing around. So yeah, this will be kind of interesting. Like normally my high defense will keep me pretty safe, but because he can always boost wherever he wants, it's going to be a little bit more scary. So either way, going into my turn, what I'm going to want to do here is that the one unit in the middle, I want to decimate. That's the one unit that does not have the UA. He kind of apologized as well that he is working on painting this, so sorry it's all white and black, but he is painting it, or getting it staged, so be painting it quickly. But the middle unit, I want to try and decimate. I don't want to spread around my shots. I want to decimate the middle unit, and that way if like 2 models are vengeancing, that's okay. So that's what I do. I go up there with my Rangers, start throwing in those POW 11s into them. After that, I really have... you know, I have 3 magic bullets that are in there as well that also helped. I also had, what's his name? Ace go and shoot into there and do some damage. The gun mages and the Black 13th really didn't do too much. Ryan took a risky shot to get a Mage Storm out there just for a little bit more protection. The Blazer stayed pretty far back there on the left, but after this was all done, you know, you can see there that I killed 8 out of the 10 from the unit. So not a bad first turn. Clearly my Rangers are going to be in some trouble here, but I don't really feel that I need my Rangers anyway. They're kind of like the front line. I don't really need the +2 to hit because the defense is pretty, you know, meh, like defense 12. So yeah, we'll just see what his counterattack does. So one of the things that really starts coming into me is Hakar. So Hakar is kind of like these other ancestral guardians, but the mean thing about him is that when you kill somebody around him, he gets like a full move. So yeah, he gets pretty close and in my face. Now, one of the things that's happening here as well with the tier that I didn't really even think about is that as well, all the ancestral guardians and Hakar get the start with 3 souls or corpses, whatever they run off of. But on Hakar, that's really important because it also adds to his armor. So right now, camping the 3, he is actually at armor 21, which is really hard for me to deal with. That's one of the problems here with me not having a heavy in the list, is that that type of stuff is hard to deal with. So he could have gone in there and he could have been buying attacks and tried killing most of that unit off with just Hakar, but he didn't want to lose any of his soul tokens there, or whatever it is he has, and it's just really just camping there and looking really mean. Now, this is also his feat turn, so all his stuff has like 5 or plus 5 armor as well. So this is pretty bad. And so because of this, I'm really just going to stall for a turn. I would love to use this turn to try and focus on Hakar, but he's engaging like 3 models, and I don't want to lose that full unit of Rangers. I need them to gum things up. My whole goal for my next turn is that Central Ancestral Guardian. I feel that with all my shots here, I should be able to take him down. The rest of them is going to bog down, and we'll see how that goes. And I fail miserably. Basically, I get on Holt go up, and I get off the spell on him where I get +2 damage, which is going to help a lot. And then I just start shooting in there with everything. And, I mean, to be fair, a lot of times I'm at like dice -9 or 11, but I'm rolling 3 dice in a lot of cases, and I should have got more damage. I mean, pretty much Caine just shot in there all he could, and yeah, I leave him in like 3 boxes. I just cannot get it done. So that was a huge failing. Otherwise, I'm having a few models in his face. I realize that probably now I'm going to lose all my Rangers and maybe some of the gun mages I threw up there too. There's 2 units of gun mages in this list. Unit 1, if you look at the back, they're the ones with the UA, which is further back. The Unit 4, that's further up, they don't have a UA, so I might lose some of them, but that's not so bad. And then next turn, I can really start trying to clear some things out. Now you can see here that Zaal also went to the flag already, and so I'm going to have to make sure I keep that contested. So in his turn, what he's going to be doing here is basically coming up and trying to kill as much as he can. I really thought he was going to do a lot more to try and boost with transference, but he really kept it on there, which is really actually the right play, because if he goes and transfers too much and doesn't have enough to transfer, you know, for damage, yeah, he'll just die. So, I mean, as usual, the Krea Animus is going to be up. He's going to be sitting on like 4 transfers. As you can see here, he killed quite a few of my guys, but nothing actually too bad. And now is the big time I need to go back. He has gone on that flag. He has gotten 1 control point. And now what I need to do is just kill all the Immortals. Looking at all these Immortals here, the biggest question I have is whether I want to put Iana's spell on the left unit and have it so that the Blazers and the Electro Leaps can just rip them apart, or put it on the right unit so that the gun mages can really do a lot of work there. I actually probably spent like a good 5 minutes trying to consider how to do this turn, but in the end I decided that the unit on the right will be the easiest to try and shoot down the gun mages if I get Iana's spell there, so that's what I'm going to do. Otherwise, I'm going to be using mainly, right now Ryan is tied up, but Watts can go over and shoot that guy, and then Ryan can just shoot in there with the big Mage Storm, kill off like a bajillion of those guys. Caine will hopefully finish off that Ancestral Guardian, and I'll be looking really good. So you can see here that things went really well for the attrition, although there was one key problem with it all, and that was really that when Watts came over to free up Ryan, he missed his shot. So yeah, that really sucked. I mean, okay, he hit the shot, but then I need to roll an 8 with 3 dice, and I just didn't. So what are you going to do? So that meant that instead of trying to kill like Guardians or anything, Caine had to really go after that unit, and as you see here, both units completely decimated. They're all gone. One of them still has a UA there in the back. The 2 Immortals on the right, they're still the 2 that are there from the very first turn of shooting, so they're not going to get to Vengeance. So this was a very dominant turn of shooting. I've contested his flag so that he can't get any more points. I have enough stuff around Caine that I'm feeling pretty good. And yeah, I mean, I realize he's going to go and score another point defensively, but after this, I'm going to be all over him. But there's going to be no more after this, because I forgot about frickin' Hakar and how sneaky dangerous he can be. So basically what he does is that between the Drake and also the Guardian, he's able to clear path over here. remember that Hakar gets to get his little vengeance move, so he comes over to the side, and then when he charges in, he just starts doing transference with everything from Zaal2 over there. So, you know, normally I might be okay because he needs a boost to hit and all this stuff, and he can only get so many tries, but really in this case here, where he's going to get try after try after try, where he can just buy attacks and be boosting through Zaal, yeah, it was not a good time for Caine, and Caine died. I would like to have Caine further back, but kill box was an issue. But man, I'm starting to see what's going on here. And after I was starting to talk to him, he said that that's really what this list is about. Everybody thinks it's about the Immortals, but it's about Hakar. And it's about these other Guardians. You know, Hakar just gets in there with that high armor. You can't really stop him. And they don't really expect this movement shenanigans from him. And he just kind of gets to you and has so much power to try and kill you after. I guess another one he does sometimes too is that he'll just pop with the UA on the Immortals to go for Incorporeal, run through everything, and just like surround your caster and say, there you go. You got one turn to try and clear me out, otherwise you are going to die. So yeah, I mean, this list, when we first started talking, me and Chris, about this tier list, I really didn't like it. I thought it was more, you should play Zaal2 out of tier and have lots of dudes. But after he won that Steamroller and seeing it in action here, I definitely got a lot more respect for it. I do believe that if we played again, I could, you know, make things a lot closer. I mean, now that I realize how key Hakar is to this, I'd be trying to focus on him a little bit more. Maybe use some of the gun mages to be trying to push him back, something like this. But I just did not give him enough respect. So there we go, guys. It was, for me, a great fun game. Good and interesting. Nice to pull out the Signar again and play against something new. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.